Welcome to Christian Overcomers, and thank you for joining us for this prophecy update. The Harlot church seduces with love. Have you ever seen these leftist Christians that support abortion, gay marriage, socialism, social justice, and all these other false doctrines and lies? Have you ever seen them support these things, but yet claim they are love? Like love wins. The homosexual movement uses that. Now, the church is constantly stamping the word love on everything that is wicked and vile in an attempt to make these things holy. And many people buy into it. It's amazing. People are simple. The word love is almost like a magical spell that Satan can cast upon people. In fact, you can do whatever. You can rob, you can riot, you can steal, you can, murder. But if you put the word love on top of it, then it makes everything okay. And then it makes the person doing the wickedness feel, pretty good about themselves. I'm a pretty good Christian because, really what Jesus taught was love. And that's what I'm doing. I'm loving people. My friends, very dangerous. And the book of Proverbs goes into this in great detail. And it says it better than I could say it, by trying to put it in my own words. Check this out. Proverbs chapter 7, verse 1. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. That's one thing that the church doesn't keep anymore. Doesn't keep the commandments of God. In fact, they say the commandments are done away with. Oh, those are mean and harsh. No, all we have to do is love, okay? But you're going to see how dangerous this is. But wisdom says, keep the commandments and live. And not only that, but keep God's law as though it's the apple of your eye. Okay? Why? Well, we'll see here. Verse 3, bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart. Did you know that the new covenant, many people think of the new covenant as it's just love now, right? No, the new covenant, written about in several places, is when God's law is written upon your heart. Not your feelings, not your emotions, but his law written upon the table of our heart. Verse 4, say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman. Okay? This is, wisdom should be that important. But man, we just do not have wisdom in the church these days. We have a harlot church, my friends. A very, very dangerously deceptive harlot church. Devoid of wisdom. Verse 5, that they may keep thee. What keeps you? The commandments. God's law. They keep you from being deceived by who? This strange woman. Check it out. That they may keep thee from the strange woman. From the stranger which flattereth with her words. Okay? Now the strange woman is the apostate church. The commandments keep you from being deceived by her flattering words. Come to church today. Let's talk about love. What has Jesus done for you today? Now, I'm not mocking Jesus. I'm mocking the fake Jesus that this harlot preaches. Okay? A Jesus without the commandments, without the law. Now, verse 6 is going to explain what happens to a person that does not have God's commandments written upon their heart. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones. I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding. He didn't have any wisdom. He didn't study God's law. And here he goes, just like so many unsuspecting people do today. Just walking through life, not knowing the truth, not having the wisdom from God's word. Verse 8, passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house. Her house, where was that? Her church, okay? In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. I cannot help but think of what's just gone on here, what the false church has been involved in. Blackout Tuesday, have you ever heard of that? Okay? Making their profiles go black and dark, supposedly for Black Lives Matter. But what do you think it really is? What do you think they're really promoting? The darkness of the night. The darkness of ignorance and lies. So she says, in the twilight, in the evening, in the black, dark night, and behold, there met him a woman. This guy's walking around. He's in the dark. There met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart. She looks, the attire of an harlot, she's showing things. She wants to seduce, man. She wants to bring this guy in. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now she is without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. There seems to be a church at every corner these days, but very few real houses of God. Okay? She is loud and stubborn. She's laying in wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day I have paid my vows. In other words, she's kissing him. She's saying, oh, you're such a sweet, sweet person. Why don't you come to our church today? Come here. We have offerings to make. Okay? So nice. Verse 15, therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, and with fine linen of Egypt. In other words, my bedchambers are beautiful. Come and look at the inside of our church. Verse 17, I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our... Now I want you to pay close attention to these words that come out of this harlot's mouth. Is it hate? Does she say, hey, come on, let's go worship the devil? No, she doesn't say that. That's not going to deceive anybody. How is she going to deceive this man that was biblically illiterate? She says, come, let us take our fill of love. Love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. Okay? She masks her deviant, perverted behavior with the word love, my friends. And that's what's going on in our churches today. They're stamping the word love on every wicked and vile thing to seduce unsuspecting souls. Be careful, my friends. If you hear somebody say, if you keep hearing the word love, 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 love over and over again, you better start wondering what the hell's behind that love. Where's this going? Verse 19, for the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. You know what? That's what Christ is gone on a long journey. And they're not worried about getting caught. This false church. They're not worried about getting caught in their adulterous affair with the ways of this world. Verse 20, he hath taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. Okay, he's not here right now. He's not here, but I am. Verse 21, with her much fair speech. Now check this out. This is so important, my friends. With her much fair speech. That is her feel-good sermons. Her nice sounding love teachings. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield with the flattering of her lips. She forced him. That, my friends, is how the apostate church, the false church, deceives. So, Satan works through the apostate church more so than probably through any other method. Let me say that again. Satan works through a building that has a cross on the top of it. Probably more so than in any other place, because the people have no idea that they're in a house of prostitution, prostituting them to the ways of Satan himself. Verse 22, he goeth after her straightway. Now, wisdom's watching this. Wisdom is, hey, how many of you have watched this? How many of you that have studied the Bible have seen this happen over and over and over again? Where people get seduced by this false love church. He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of stocks. Now check that. People just go right after her to their own death. "23, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteneth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life." Hey, it sounded good. It looked pretty. It was full of love. She said it was for love. It was for the sake of love. Verse 24, "Hearken unto me now, therefore, O you children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her paths." Do not go after the false church, my friends. Do not be deceived by the magical word love. Are we to love? Yes. True love. Love by what's love according biblical love. Love that is defined according to the Bible. Love that is defined according to the commandments of God. Not love as defined according to the feelings of a harlot church. Verse 26, "For she has cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her." It hurts to see this happen. Many strong men go to these effeminate churches today, and they're slain by her. They lose their fighting spirit. They lose their manliness because they've been compromised by the seduction of this harlot. Verse 27, this is where it ends. "Her house," which she calls the house of God, where her offerings are made. "Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death." My friends, that has been really the heart and soul of Christian Overcomers ministry, is to warn you to stay away from this harlot church. We mock them. We ridicule them. Not because we hate. Not because we're bitter, but because we want to protect you. We want you to see where this leads. And a lot of people that belong to this love harlot church, they have no idea they're going to hell. She's leading them to hell in the name of love. Think about that, my friends. God bless you. Stay in His Word every single day so that you can be a Christian overcomer.